I'm alone on my birthday and I couldn't be more happy. The happiest people require the least amount of things, the least amount of events, the least amount of stimulation. Today is my birthday and I'm turning 23 years old. And for the first time in my life, I feel content with what I have. I feel content with everything the way it is. I don't need anything extra. I don't want a plan. I don't want to go out. I don't want to not celebrate, but I don't want to perform. I don't want to be around other people who I know truly don't really care about me just to perform for them on my special day. That's what people call it. I mean, I think a lot of birthdays are inherently selfish anyway. It's all performative act for social media now, especially, but in general, most people are celebrating something and they're not even really worth celebrating. I don't know, it just seems kind of wrong looking back on it and looking around me at people even older than me, 30 years old, 29 and above. They dedicate multiple days to celebrating their life when it's just like, I need less than ever now because I'm genuinely happy with the person I'm becoming and the life that I'm building and the people that I care about. It's just enough for me. I don't desire anything else. I'm genuinely happy today here. You know, right now I'm by myself at the pool enjoying the sunlight. And later I'm going to spend time with my direct family, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm not missing out on anything where I feel like other girls my age, you know, if their birthday was in the middle of the week, they would be dedicating the whole week and weekend to celebrating something when there's nothing to celebrate. What are you celebrating? How many bodies you slept with this year? How many bodies you added to your roster? How many guys are taking you out to dinner this week for free that you don't even care about? I don't know. I'm not trying to judge, put people down. It's just the way that my mind works, and I just see a lot of people doing these extravagant celebrations when there's nothing really to celebrate. Most people do nothing monumental in their life, in their lifetime, compared to the humans of the past. People used to fight for their families, literally. They used to go to war. They used to build houses from the ground up for their family. They used to hunt, used to fight for survival, fight wildlife to survive and to have the next generations. And now I see men and women of all ages just celebrating themselves on their birthday like they're some sort of Roman emperor. I don't know, it just feels wrong and selfish, honestly. Feels very narcissistic and very self-worshipping. I think when you're a kid, it's completely acceptable to celebrate your birthday. Obviously, you're a child. It's exciting. It's a childhood thing. It's something for children. It should be reserved for children. And I find it very strange when adults, you know, bring that over to adulthood and they don't kind of like phase that out. I see people all the time post on Instagram stories. They're like, oh, it's my birthday month. What do you mean, man? 1 day maximum. What are you celebrating? Tell me right now, what are you celebrating? How are you different than every other person out there? Especially girls do this. I see less with guys, like dedicating more than a day to their birthday. If guys even do anything, I know a lot of men don't even do anything. But girls will treat their birthday like it's some sort of national holiday, or that it's some sort of religious holiday, or something like so spectacular. They really put themselves up there on the pedestal on their birthday, and they just act like the world and people should revolve around them. It's the entitlement is crazy. Women are extremely entitled creatures, but it really shines through on 2 days: their birthday and the wedding day. And Christmas too, I guess you could say, holidays. If you don't get something like you're the queen of the world, then I've seen women fall out over the most materialistic things and the most pointless things ever. with their partners, with their spouses, and family members. It's wild. I don't understand. I don't understand. I There's so much fulfillment in the simple things, and I wish more people would realize that more younger. I think once you reach I think once you reach a certain age, you kind of have less chance to come to that realization before it's too late, you know. I see people booking entire trips out of the country to go celebrate their birthday at 25 plus years old, and I can't help but just sit here and think how insane that is, to think of yourself so highly. If that's what they're doing, I can't really put myself into the mindset of that person. This is just what I'm observing. To think of yourself so highly that you think that you deserve an extravagant trip to go celebrate yourself. And basically what people do to celebrate their self on their birthdays, they get drunk, they do degenerate activities, they participate in degenerate things, and they call that a celebration when you're actively just mocking the temple of God. And you're celebrating that like you're doing something, when in reality you're doing nothing except destroying your mind, your body, your spirituality, and you're also bringing the people around you down with you, because a lot of times these people invite, well, the people that they call friends, but we all know that's all performative. The people that you invite to your birthday party really don't actually care about you at all. They're just there because it's something else to do this week, and you're calling it a celebration, when again you've people barely do anything to celebrate in this world anymore. There's barely anything to be proud of. Excuse the wind, guys. It feels so good outside. This is all I could ask for, is just having the peace and comfort of knowing that I have, and I'm building a family that I'm proud of, that I'm doing my best every day, that I'm working hard to make my parents proud, to make my kids proud, to make my husband proud. And you know, I'm not left with any thirst for anything other than that. I don't want extravagant gestures. I don't want a performative life anymore. Now, I say anymore because, yeah, I did fall victim to this when I was a little bit younger. I mean, I'm 23 now. I feel like that's more than old enough to have common sense if you just sit down and think, but I wasn't always like this. When I was turning 20, I thought I had to do things. I thought I had to go out. I thought I had to celebrate myself. But looking back, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm so grateful that I've come to that realization now, before I just wasted even more years with even more worthless people doing pointless things and harming my mindset, my psyche, and my future. So it's just something to think about. You know, I say things sometimes, they may come across harsh, but this is just the way that I think, and I truthfully just want someone to get something new out of my videos. It's nothing personal, it's just observation.